Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. The US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the US President Donald Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner have joined Gaza peace plan talks between Israel and Hamas negotiators in Egypt. Their arrival comes as a second day of indirect talks ended without tangible results. Trump struck a positive tone as Israelis marked the second anniversary of the October the 7th attacks. Hamas says it has exchanged a list of names of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners to be released in a swap deal as key figures arrive in Egypt for a third day of peace talks.
I think there's a possibility that we could have peace in the Middle East. It's something even beyond the Gaza situation. We want a release of the hostages immediately, etc. And so our team is over there now. Another team just left, and other countries, literally every country in the world has supported the plan.
Yep. Hundreds of National Guard troops from Texas have arrived at an Army training center outside Chicago to support US President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. Mr. Trump has branded Chicago a war zone following recent protests against federal immigration officials in the third largest US city. The deployment comes amid opposition from local officials. Illinois' governor has accused the Trump administration of an authoritarian march and said the state would use every lever at our disposal to stop this power grab.
None of that has been made clear. I mean, this is what is so difficult about this moment, is that you have an administration that is just refusing to cooperate with the local authority.
A new flotilla heading for the Gaza Strip with food and medical supplies on board has been intercepted by Israeli forces. The fleet, made up of 9 vessels and 150 people, was stopped in international waters.
You are approaching a blockaded zone.
Last week, Israel's military stopped a 42-boat aid convoy with 479 pro-Palestinian activists on board, including the Swedish climate campaigner Greta Thunberg. Almost all of them have been deported. At least 24 people have been killed and 47 wounded while protesting against Myanmar's military government during the annual Festival of Lights. The military attacked using 2 paraglider bombs on Monday evening as around 100 people gathered in Chwangyu township in central Myanmar for a national holiday. Burkina Faso's military government says it has arrested 8 members of a Dutch-based humanitarian organisation, accusing them of spying and treason. They are 3 Europeans, a Malian and 4 Burkina Faso nationals, among them the NGO's country director and deputy. The international NGO safety organisation, which provides safety information to aid workers, has categorically denied the allegations. The Chadian government has terminated its agreement with a controversial conservation organisation that has the Duke of Sussex on its board of directors. It accused the charity African Parks of failing to curb poaching, ending a 15-year mandate to manage 2 of its protected sites in the African country. The Environment Ministry said African Parks had displayed an arrogant and disrespectful attitude towards the government, failing to cooperate fully with authorities. And 3 passengers have been taken to hospital after a medical helicopter crashed onto Highway 50 in Sacramento in California. A driver on the interstate captured the moment the aircraft came down just yards away. Emergency services said it was lucky the helicopter did not catch fire upon crashing. 1 victim was trapped under the helicopter and had to be rescued with the help of passing drivers who lifted the wreckage.
We were hitting the part of 50 where it starts to dip down low. And as we were doing that, I looked off to the right, and I saw the lights of a helicopter, and it was very, very low. And it was skimming along just above the tree line and above the line of the freeway.
Sudden, just a moment later, the big fireball or the smoke was right in front of us.
He was able to keep his momentum and clear all those houses to Highway 50 and then find a open spot on Highway 50 where he didn't hit any civilians as well, too. So major credit to that pilot.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.